Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. So, I'd like to talk to you today about how YieldMax and Roundhill and basically every other high-income ETF, they're good for benchmarking yourself. So, I just got into doing options. I'm not saying that I'm doing good or I'm bad, but I'm learning, so there's that. But I think that there really is a culture of if someone loses their bet with options, that there's a bunch of victim blaming of like, well, you shouldn't have done the strike so close, and you can't be that greedy and get that much premium, and stuff like that. And then but it's really hard to know where you should place your strike without having the experience. And so as I'm starting to do more options, it's just really nice to be able to, well, for example, like of course we're going to use Misty. Like, this has a really high distribution. It's had a good distribution since inception, and this is basically one of everybody's favorite funds. So you can just download the intraday trades. Like, you can make your trades, and then you can compare to what YieldMax decided to do, and then see how both of you fare, because I'm of the opinion that a lot of times the math that YieldMax does leads to setting their prices too close, like their strikes too close to the price, in the pursuit of getting the highest premiums and yield, but then they lose, and since it's a synthetic and not a regular options wheel, then they lose a lot of money, and so it all balances itself out. But I have different preferences, and so if I can do, like, I've been tracking with XDTE with MyLeap, and I'm doing options in a way that I prefer, and I'm also very consistently getting more money, then it's good to know and compare, like, what I'm doing versus what they're doing. And I actually hadn't looked before today, but I have 630 shares of Misty right now with the cost basis of $25.83, which means I have $16,272 of Misty. MSTU, I have 500 shares with a cost basis of $10.05. But then I also have options collateral, and that total is $11,010, or $11,010. So I actually have almost 50-50 in Misty and MSTU. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at some point I'm gonna really messed up with MSTU, and it's gonna be spectacular to watch, but that day is not today. Today I have spent $16,000 to be in MSTU, and in the last 4 weeks I've gotten $1,610.47, which I'm not 100% certain where the 4-week cutoff is for YieldMax, but I think that this is close enough for me. So yesterday my prediction was we're going to get about $1.30, which would make sense because that means that my 630 shares would be $820, and that's pretty much half of what I've gotten from MSTU. And MSTU is a 2x of MSTR, so it would make sense to get basically half of what I made in distributions myself. So if it's way less than that, we'll see, but hopefully it's not too much less than that. But this is also why I've not really been that excited about investing in high income ETFs lately, because options collateral is a little bit better than margin, and high income ETFs are really good at being a fractional ownership of a call, basically. So the premiums that I don't use to pay off my credit cards, technically, if I wasn't trying to get my margin buffer up, I could just put into a high income ETF to the point where I have enough capital in the high income ETF to take it out to then sell put and do an options wheel on something that I want to do options on that will get me more money per dollar spent in that stock than if I had it in a high income ETF. And I think one problem or issue with doing my own options versus high income ETFs is that there's a possibility that, like, the round hill ones there's a lot of return of capital, that it might be more tax efficient to be in a high income ETF than in options, but I don't know for sure. I have not done a quarterly tax thing yet, and I'm still have my April yearly taxes are still like to do, halfway done. So we'll find out. But I guess I could show you how it's going to mess me up this week, MSTU. And I'm the most concerned about this particular $12.50 put, because the current price is $6.25, so it's half. So if I roll this position, then, and we keep going up, right? This might be easier to do on Legend than this, but so like, oh, never mind. I was going to say that I've been looking, and it's been really hard to find the price of these to be more than what I had with this put, but I'll just continue rolling this forward if it's going to be 25 cents more. And hopefully by the time this actually gets assigned, I'll have it either totally paid off or mostly paid off. So like, if it's 100% implied volatility, then it takes around 10 months to pay back. But if it's 200% implied volatility, it should be like 5 months. So, and this is 323% implied volatility. So, we'll see if I can actually roll this tomorrow. I was thinking I was actually going to have to go out to like really far into the future and, you know, do this and then basically retire selling this puts until it gets closer to expiration. And then by then, hopefully either the price goes back up, or I can roll it into the future again. But it's actually better for me if we can go to basically one more week into the future and get my 25 cents and just keep moving it forward. So I'm actually excited about that. I'll let you know next week how that goes, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.